Palmview High School logo. Number 5, Efraín Hernández. Number 9, Jose Chapa. Number 11, Andrew Puente. Number 12, Mario Maron. Number 13, Gio Perez. Number 17, Oliver Leal. Number 18, Leo Perez. Number 19, Elias Ovalle. The coaches, Manuel Garcia, Mario Hernández, Mateo Garcia, Michael Segovia, Danny Zúñiga, and Jorge Arias. And now for Laredo Alexander High School Bulldogs. Their starting lineup. The first baseman, number 18, Gabe Sanchez. Batting second is number 13, Chipper Garcia. Batting third, the catcher, number 3, Felipe Rodriguez. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 14, Rudy Gaona. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 16, Sergio Macias. Batting sixth is number 23, the DH, Damian Rodriguez. Batting seventh is the pitcher, number 12, Alan Capero. Batting eighth is number 9, Jerry Ramos. Batting ninth is the shortstop, number 21, Jerry Avila. And playing second base is number 7, Ricky Varial. We also have number 1, Pablo Ortiz. Number 2, Jerry Sepulveda. Number 4, Jesus Abrigo. Number 5, Jacob Canales. Number 6, Luis de la Cruz. Number 8, Fernie Garza. Number 9, Comides Garcia. Number 10, Alex Ortiz. Number 15, Aldo Buendia. Number 17, Javier Paz. Number 19, Alex Benavides. Number 20, Hector Serra. Number 22, Simon Fernandez. And number 24, Orlando Lopez. The coaches, Mario Garcia, Armando Gámez, Fernando Limas, Jose Ovia, David Martinez. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can please stand and remove your caps so we can play the national anthem.
What's the score? We have any score? No. think of one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alice Coyote Baseball Complex for this single game playoff between the visiting La Jolla Palmview Lobos and the home team, for tonight at least, the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs. Both teams come in after some great matchups in the first round. Alexander had kind of an easier ride against the Edinburgh Bobcats, but Palmview had a struggle against PSJA.
Correct. They went actually 16 innings in that last ball game. Am I correct?
Yeah, 16 innings over 2 days.
Right.
So they got 1 inning in the first.
Oh,
first
is that
night.
right?
Yeah, and then they less than an inning. Actually, 2/3 of the top of the first.
Oh yeah, you got some rain over there then.
Yeah, but both teams come in. Alexander's 11-1 in district, 26-2 overall. Palmview comes in with a record of 25-3, 13-3 in district, and they've got a pitcher right now that will be taking the mound tonight, in Chris Rocha, that has really been the one of the better players in the valley this year.
Yeah, that's correct. I think that's the key to tonight's game for Palmview. I believe if they just keep the game close, they'll have a chance. The wind might have something to do tonight. The wind's crossing from left field to right field, and it looks like it's picked up a little bit. So the wind could be a factor here tonight here in Alice. A beautiful ballpark. It's a beautiful day, and we've got a pretty good crowd out here tonight.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. My name is Jake Berry. I'm here with Coach Tony Leal. One of the few coaches that has seen the state finals from our area.
Yeah, we're hoping that another team from the valley here in the near future, hopefully this year, gets to experience the same thing that some of our kids had to experience back in 2007.
Coach, what did you have to do back in 2007 when you went to the state finals? What did you guys have to do? I mean, this is the second round.
This third round, isn't it?
Third round, excuse me.
Yeah, we're in the third round.
So
once you get to this point, everybody's really, really good. And believe it or not, it comes down to a little bit of luck. And hopefully Palmview tonight has the luck on their side. That's what it comes down to, especially in these one-game series. I think Coach Garcia did a good job in trying to play on one game. They're ranked, or what is their ranking, number 3 or 4 in the state?
Yeah, I believe
Alexander.
so. Yeah.
And he did the right thing for his kids. I think he's giving them the best chance to win. Hopefully Chris is on tonight, and we'll see.
Well, if you're looking at the stats for these teams, Alexander puts up about 8 runs a game, whereas Palmview has put up about 6.7. They've got similar numbers, across the board. Fielding percentage, they're about the same. Win-loss percentage, Alexander's got a little bit of a lead on them, but
yeah,
right
Alexander's 26-2, and Palmview's 25-5 overall,
yeah.
But it's pretty close.
And both came out of tough districts this year.
Oh yes, both districts. I think they're both tested. They've been battle tested, and they'll be tested tonight.
Yeah, and tonight, it's a pretty much Palmview got what they wanted out of this whole thing. They got a single game elimination. They got to play in Alice, whereas Alexander wanted to
play in Kingsville.
Kingsville, yeah. Right. So they've gotten what they wanted. I mean, the only thing that Alexander got out of this whole thing was they got to be the home team tonight.
Right. I think the Valley officials behind the plate, Mr. Trevino. I don't know who the other officials are. I don't know if we caught their names.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll probably get those in a little bit.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, what do you know about Alexander, Coach?
I don't know too much about him. I've heard what I was told about a round before when we were in the playoffs was that they have 6 really, really fast kids at the top of the lineup. But it's kind of misleading. I looked at their stats, and their stats say that they're not running a lot. So they must hit the ball and just put the ball in play, and they're not stealing bases. Much like Corpus Christi Carroll that has over 120 stolen bases from what I hear. They're really, it's a different type of ball club, but, they're also a very successful ball club. Looks like we have a right-hander on the mound. Alan Campero. He is, let's see what his record is. Do you have his record?
Yeah, I'll pull it up right here. I got it right here. Great thing about technology.
I don't have everything on him.
All right. Campero, he's got a .80 ERA right now, so he's under a run per game. He's got 8 wins this year, 11 appearances, 6
complete games.
No, game starts.
Oh, okay, game starts.
Yeah. So he's pitched 52.1 innings. So
He's
this
thrown
year,
a lot of innings.
Thrown a lot of innings. So he's well seasoned, I guess.
Right, and I think the key to these kind of games here, especially with the wind blowing as hard as it is right now, and it just shifted a little bit in from center field, is when you get runners on first with no outs, you got to play the game by the book. If you don't, you might get burned by it and bunt the guys over and try to scratch runs in. I think both teams will try to do that tonight.
In the previous game, Palmview was able to score early in the first half or first inning, and they pretty much went quiet until the 16th inning. So you're gonna. I think we're gonna see from Palmview. They're gonna have to keep it close.
Right. First pitch was a strike, fastball in the outside corner. There's strike two. He's hitting the corner there. It's 0-2 on Edgar Salinas, the second baseman for the Palmview Lobos.
What do you want out of your pitcher? If you're Alexander, what do you want out of your pitcher?
Well, I would think what he's doing right there is getting ahead of the count. He just threw a curveball away. I imagine he's just going to keep the ball away, which in this situation right here, let's see if he comes inside on him. No, he's going to stay away from him here. No, he gave him a chance to hit it. The pitcher actually made a mistake and came inside. The ball came inside, and he had a chance to hit it, and he just grounded out to third base. 5-3 for the first out.
That'll bring up number 2, the shortstop, Steve Pena.
Number 2, Steve Pena, coming up to the plate as a sophomore. The actual last game, we should pull the stats up. The bottom half of the order
is the
for
one that came through.
Is the one that came through, because their 1 through 6 really didn't have a great night. It was
right.
it was the bottom half of the lineup that actually did the most damage for Palmview.
And usually in the playoffs, you expect the unexpected, and you have to battle. He just threw a little slider for strike one. Working ahead on the count on the batters here. That's gonna hit it foul.
If you're Palmview, do you want to get as many pitches as you can?
Right. I think they got to see the pitch. I've noticed that the outfielders, left field is really, really shallow. Right field is pretty shallow, especially with the wind blowing in that direction. Maybe they have a scouting report. I have yet to see Palmview play. Quite possibly he's an inside-out hitter. We'll just see. He's coming inside.
The delivery, the ball up high.
But he's gone 1 and 2 on both hitters, which is a good thing if you're Alexander.
Beautiful evening here in Alice. We've already had the train go by once. Something you don't see in the valley, just at Sherryland.
Yeah.
But
beautiful ballpark here.
Yes,
Coach Victor Escamilla used to be at Harlingen South a few years ago. Now he's been here for quite a few years. Does a tremendous job. Hard hit ball to first base. First baseman bobbles it a little bit, pitches it over to the pitcher, and we have a 3-1 for the second out.
That'll bring up number 15, the third baseman.
I still think that's a good sign for Palmview, not coming out here and striking out. Putting the ball in play, making them make plays, and, just got to keep battling.
Stepping up to the plate right now is Elias Garcia. He didn't fare too well in the last game against PSJ. He struck out 3 times, popped up, was hit by a pitch. Didn't have a great evening, but he's got a bat on him.
Right, and looks like the outfield has just shifted to the right side, so obviously they have a scouting report stating that he's going to hit the ball a little bit the other way, more the other way. Right fielder's definitely backed up. Center fielder's up in right center now, shaded to right field.
He's a junior. He batted .261 this year with 28 RBIs. A foul out of play.
No ball, 2 strikes.
See, once again, he's up on the count. He's throwing strikes, and nowadays with the new bats and stuff, it's more important than ever than not to walk a guy and make him hit the ball, because these bats, it's very difficult to hit the ball a long ways. That was a ball up high. He's thrown maybe 1-2 curveballs.
Yeah.
So. Nice play by the third baseman. Oh,
You know, you're wondering, because looking at the stats, pass ball by the first baseman,
yep.
the third baseman,
That was an E on the first baseman.
yeah. Pass ball, Eliasada gets all the way to second base on that pass ball on the error. But, you know, looking at the stats earlier, the fielding percentage for this team was 961, you know, near perfect. And,
Right.
You know, I guess right away, you know, you're giving Palmview some added extra chances, and you got Chris Rocha coming up to the plate.
Yeah, you got a good little batter, and what does he hit this year? Chris is their pitcher, and you know now it's time for him to see if he can hit a ball in the.
Yeah, he's batting .283 this year with 26 hits, 15 RBIs. So he's got 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. So he's got some power there.
He's got some pop. He just took a curveball down low. Runner at second is just taking an average lead there. It's going to have to be one of those hits in the gap, or the kid at second, which is Mr. Garcia, Elizar Garcia, doesn't look like he's really fast. So, you know, sometimes sometimes those things make a difference. He's going to have to get a good secondary lead, and it's a good pitch right there, fastball.
And actually, in the game-winning game against PSJA, Rocha was the one that actually started their
rally,
their little rally in the first inning to tie the game up.
Right.
So he had a single left field. So we'll see what he does tonight.
You know, the more they can have that second baseman hold that runner on. Get down, ball. Get down, ball. What a play. Nice play
by the shortstop.
Nice play by the shortstop. He made it look easy, but it was a difficult play. Rocha bounces out to short for the third out.
All right. Well, we'll have to see. I've seen Rocha pitch a couple times this year, probably six or 7 times this year. And the kid, I've seen him start with curveballs, and he's got a powerful slider. But I've also seen him go in, and he's throwing 90, 92, they say.
Is that right?
So
I don't know. We have a gun out here tonight, but we'll know pretty quick, you know, if the kids aren't getting around on him and stuff. A lot of times it's movement on the pitch that's more important than just the velocity, you know. But if you can throw anywhere from 88 to above, you know, you can basically throw a fastball.
Now, if you're Laredo, what do you want to do? If you're Alexander right now, what do you want to do with Rocha? Because I mean, they probably seen the film from last week, the PSJA game, where he went, you know, came in the 10th inning and filled in for Huaracha.
Well, I think that they need to let him throw, you know, because he threw a ton of innings last game. The last series he threw 2 games. That puts a little wear and tear on you, and if you can get him to throw a lot of pitches, you might be able to get him in the 5th and 6th inning. You know, you just never know. Personally, I've never seen him pitch. You know, I've just heard a lot about him. I know he's a competitor, so we're going to see tonight. You know?
Yeah, and you're looking at if you're looking at the screen right now, you're looking at a guy that he's about 6'2", throws about 90, 92. They're saying, and he's got a killer slider right now.
Where's he going to go play ball? Is he playing at Pan Am? Is that?
I don't believe he's signed anywhere just yet.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if he had signed there with UTPA, but he sure is a good-looking pitcher up there on the mound. You know, tall, lanky kid. Looks like he has a pretty loose arm.
We got some updates right now. Eagle Pass is up on Edinburgh North, 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Hidalgo is actually playing in Edinburgh against Kingsville King, and they're down 3-0. So the last 4 strikeouts last 4 Pirates have struck out against Kingsville King.
Yeah, I guess Kingsville King's a pretty good little ball club. I think I had a coach that came from Kingsville there last year that coached football for us this past year at Harlingen South. 2 guys, John Diaz and the other coach came out there and with us, Brett Barrett.
Well, Chris Rocha will start off the inning, hopefully, as well as Laredo Alexander's pitcher.
Hopefully he can get ahead of the count and stuff. Looks like their team averages, I'm looking at them right now, it looks like a 354 team batting average is what I have, what I pulled up. The first batter here coming up is Gabe Sanchez. He's the first baseman, left-hand hitter. Looks like he batted 344. Looks like he runs pretty good. He had 12 doubles, 34. Nope, not 34 RBIs. He had 9 RBIs, but it looks like he scored a ton of runs. So, he had 20 runs scored. I kind of remember him vaguely from last season. I don't know if he was leading off last season. I think he was batting a little bit further down. But he might be one of those inside-out hitters. We'll see.
Leading off is number 18, the first baseman, Gabe Sanchez.
So he's a senior also, so he's...
Yeah, they got some experience. I think I just saw the coach just give the take sign. I'm anticipating, looks like the scouting report says that he has likes to bunt, so the first baseman's all the way in, which really opens up the field for a team by moving the fielders in, and that's a big advantage for a hitter.
Yeah. Rocha with the delivery right down the middle.
Strike one.
Called strike.
Called strike one.
Yeah, that third baseman and first baseman are definitely charging. He was going to take all the way. The coach gave him the take sign. You could see him before Gabe got up there, and Gabe Sanchez got up there to bat.
Rocha delivers, and it's high and outside.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Sanchez has 1 home run on the year, so,
Yeah, he's kind of
deceivingly small for, he's got some power there.
fastball inside for strike 2, fouled it off. Looks like the Gabe Sanchez is trying to peek into to the catcher and to see where the pitch is going to be. It looks like the catcher is setting up one way and trying to
Disguise it?
Yeah, I think he's trying to. I'm noticing him peeking back, and a lot of times you can get a kid that's doing that by just setting up the opposite. But of course, you have to have a pitcher that hits the spots, and we'll see what Chris comes up with. I imagine here's, you said he has a good slider, and this might be a good place for the slider. Let's see.
It went off his leg, didn't it?
Yeah, it went off his leg. It was a slider. He cut it.
So if you're Rocha, what do you come back with on this?
Well,
next
that's
one?
it's coaches have different preferences. I don't know who calls the pitches. I'm sure I haven't looked yet to see if the catcher's over there looking at the from my vantage point. But most of the time the coaches call it. Coach Garcia's coming out checking to see if it was a foul ball, but it was definitely a foul ball, hit off his leg. You can see that clearly, even from up here, from where we're standing or sitting.
Or sitting, yeah.
Yeah.
But see right now, Rocha with ahead in the count, 1 and 2, one ball, 2 strikes, and delivery.
He went fastball away.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
So if you were calling this right now, would you call the slider right now?
I have my own deal, and I hate second guessing anyone because I'm sure they second guess me also. So we just see what the coach comes up with, and the pitcher, they know each other. They've been with each other all year and for 2 or 3 years. Look at that great pitch.
Wow.
See that? That's a heck of a pitch. Looked like a little breaking ball.
Yeah,
Cutter. He wasn't expecting that.
It cut right down the left side of the plate, and
Just a beautiful pitch. He hadn't shown that pitch right there. It cut at the last second. So.
And you saw that all last week against PSJ on,
Is that right?
on Friday and Saturday. He was just catching people looking every time, and PSJ, let's just say they weren't too happy about it. Their batters really thought they had a read on him, and they just could not figure out what he was doing.
Sometimes it's very difficult. If he has a good slider, the ball moves at the last second, and it has a sliding effect. Good little pitch there.
Fastball outside.
Outside.
For the
Ball 1.
first ball of this batter in this. Up at the plate is
Chipper Garcia. He's the left fielder. He also bats on the left side, and it looks like Palmview's strategy early is to keep those first baseman and the third baseman. The third baseman's even with the bag. He's all right. First baseman's giving up a lot of ground inside, but you know, a lot of times maybe they don't pull the ball on Chris as much. You know,
Yeah.
that could have something to do with it. Good pitch.
Chipper's batting .319 on the season. No home runs, 1 triple, and 2 doubles, 10 RBIs on the year. So he's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's probably a kid that gets on base and just battles, and then the big hitters come up. Chris actually threw, looks like almost the same pitch, and sometimes you get rewarded for being on target. That was a little slider that he fouled off to the left side. So now the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chipper Garcia. He's playing left field for Laredo. There's 1 down in the bottom of the first here in Alice, Texas.
Roach with the delivery.
Should be caught.
Yeah.
He's got to be caught.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Left fielder with the drop ball. Looked like a
routine fly ball. Routine. You know what you have to understand is when this wind is so strong, and a little left-hand hitter, he's not going to hit it over your head, and the ball's really going to tail. And that's exactly what it did. It was a really good pitch.
Would you call it an error?
It has to be an error on the left fielder.
And Chipper's now at second base.
Second base.
They got a runner, and with 1 out right now, they can.
And that brings up the catcher, Felipe Rodriguez. Let's see what his. He's 395. He has 21 RBIs. So.
And he's got 3 home runs.
Yeah,
so he's got some power.
He's got some power.
Win right now.
And, let me see who's on deck. Sometimes you got to look past this hitter. So the next guy's 385, so he's no slouch.
Now, one thing that Palmview did last week was they would always walk, and always. Let me find out.
Who did they walk?
PSJ's power hitter. Who was it?
Was it starts with an M.
Yeah.
Marco Guajardo's gonna kill me for not knowing the kid's name.
It was Christian Sanchez. They walked him every time, and every time. I mean, he was furious. I mean, it was.
Right.
I mean, great coaching because they never let him hit. Because when he did hit, he
in trouble picking up that pitch. Yeah. Sometimes hitters can't see that pitch. I know a few years ago we played Cal Allen, and Matheson was pitching that got drafted in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
And our kids were having trouble seeing that pitch. He would bounce it in the ground, and it looks like it's a strike, and all of a sudden it just disappears, and it's a very, very effective pitch. And that inning, there was no runs, 2 strikeouts by Chris, 1 man left on base, and at the end of 1, we're still 0-0. You know, I kind of like Palmview put some pressure on him. I'm really impressed with the first inning. You know, he's going to have to bear down, do the same thing, but I don't see the same. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I don't see the same type of action from their pitcher as compared to Rocha. So we can just keep putting the ball in play. Good things may happen.
Well, let's take a quick break and we'll come back. You're listening or you're watching Playoff Baseball on 956sports.com.
Is that good enough? We're good?
Hi, this is Amanda with 956sports.com. Check out this week's show where we take a look at soccer, basketball, and football from the past week. Come back Thursday morning for the only sports show in the RGV, and follow us on Twitter at 956sports and on Facebook.
All right, we're back here in Alice, Texas. You know, we don't have a lot right now. Edinburgh North's trailing Eagle Pass 2-0. You know, Palmview might be our best chance to see a decent run by this team.
Right.
And really, if they can do what Laredo Alexander was able to do a couple years ago when they were able to win the flips, I think 3 times in a row just to go single games with their stud pitcher. If they could do that with Rocha, you know, they could.
Anything can happen. Yeah. It's very possible.
Now, the year you went to the state finals, how did you guys work it?
Well, we were very fortunate to have 2 or 3 pitchers that can really pitch, and you know, Danny Godora, and that was high for ball 1. who's batting? The catcher, Cesar Rosales, who made some really nice stops there in the first inning. Yeah, you had to have some pitching and luck and everything else. Uh, but we had Danny Godora and Javier Torres uh, that pitched 1 and 2. And then if we ever got in trouble, Logan Brown, a kid that played at Tech for a little bit, came in and pitched the third game.
At the plate right now is a sophomore, Chris Rosales, with a little bleeder to second base. And you know, we were watching earlier in the evening or earlier in warm-ups, and we thought Palmview looked very sloppy.
Right, they look sloppy in the infield, but
So
sometimes,
right now, it's
sometimes, sometimes, you know, you put a pitcher on the mound and you look like a major league ball club. When you got Chris Rocha striking out 2 out of the first 3 batters. Up to bat is who's this? Number 14.
Huaracha.
Huaracha.
Ezekiel Huaracha.
Huaracha.
And he was the starting pitcher in Game 2 against PSJ. The game that went 16 innings, he went 10 innings. Pitched really well. Two earned runs in that game for him, but he kept him in it. And then Rocha came in to seal the deal at the end. Really PSJ had the win. But lucky for us, because we were doing that game, we would have been there till about 2 o'clock in the morning if we would have played that third game.
Yeah, this Ezekiel, he really crowds the plate, and it looks like they were trying to go inside there on him, but he's completely on top of the plate, which I kind of like right now. You know, see what this kid does. His hands are completely over, his elbows completely over the base, and there he goes inside. You know, but he's got an elbow pad, so you know, maybe that's part of his strategy. I don't know how many times he's gotten hit by a pitch during the year. Maybe we can check that. That would. Yeah, they're definitely staying inside.
See, Huaracha's been hit 7 times this year.
Yeah, so you know, he looks to get hit, and you know, I imagine right here they're gonna throw him a little curveball or something off speed. You know, but he's willing to take it. He's got an elbow pad and everything. There's the curveball.
Wow, full count right now for Huaracha.
Pretty good pitch. Gutsy taking that pitch for
It was very
for
close.
a ball. It was very close.
Huaracha's batting .293 on the year, so good eye again.
Yeah.
So that was a
curveball.
curveball out.
Yep, and
Just barely offside.
Yeah, just barely. And you know what? You know he's a pitcher up there when you can go 3-2 and you have enough trust from the coaches and everybody else to throw a curveball. That's pitching, and that's what carries you in these playoffs. You can't just go out there and lay the ball up there with these type of hitters that are out there. So you know, it's really a compliment to that kid that he's able to and command that kind of pitch, and that was very, very close. It could have gone either way. So we got a walk, and that brings up the DH, number 21, Ernesto Garza. Talking to the coach, Coach Garcia. I was surprised that the pitcher didn't go with a curveball after he lined that other ball, but oh shoot, strike 1 on a curveball.
Right now, what are you waiting
Squeeze.
for? Are you waiting for the squeeze? Okay, I was going to ask. Is
Well,
Sack-
he's
do
at
you look
a
Sack-
he's a full windup. I'd probably be pitching out just to check. Nope, right at him. You know, it's very difficult on a coach. You know, you want to throw a ball down low and make him swing through it, but at the same time, crazy things can happen with 2 outs. You know, the ball bounces away. So a lot of strategy, even at this in this situation. No balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 down.
Now, if you're Carlos, what do you want to do?
You just want to put the ball in play. You know, make them make a play somehow. Nope. Struck out on the curveball. Well, Palmview had a really, really good opportunity at the bottom of. But you know what? They're putting pressure on Alexander, and that's what you have to do in a game. Keep pushing things through and keep trying to see if you can scratch a run or 2 across, and that's the key to the game. And you know what
I
I've
think
seen.
they're playing a lot better than what we thought they were going to play.
Yeah, I think You know, this is going to be a really, really good ball game. And like I said, I think the kids from Palmview can hit this kid. That curveball, you know, maybe next time that kid will see it a little bit better. They're going through the lineup the second time. They'll start at the top of the lineup, and let's see what happens. Going to man, it's a good pitch. Looks like they called it a ball, a little cutter, slider, something on the inside part of the plate. Didn't get the call, but really nice pitch.
Rocha with the delivery coming right down the middle. And
Damn
it's
it.
a single right down the line, right down the first baseline. Looks like he'll have a stand-up double right now.
That's why I didn't like that first baseman. He was in no man's land. I was just about to say it. That ball wouldn't have been caught by first baseman, but he's got to be playing deep with a number 5 hitter up. They're not going to bunt. So now had a double with nobody out. That brings up the DH, Damian Rodriguez, another left-hand hitter. And this situation right here puts a lot of pressure on the defense because they're gonna bunt the ball, and they're gonna bunt the ball to left field. I mean to third base. That's what they're gonna do, and it makes it a very, very difficult play on the third baseman because he has to stay back until the ball's hit really hard on him. If it's hit hard, then he has to come get it. But if that's the only option they have, really. I mean, you can do a wheel play, you can do whatever, but it's very, very difficult to. These guys, the offense is trying to make the third baseman field the ball, and the pitcher has to cover this side, and it's a difficult play. It's a very difficult play. It's a good play for the offense if they execute it properly.
He's squaring around right now to bunt.
Yeah. They got to throw through. Oh.
Nobody was on second right now.
Right.
You would have been able to get Macias right there.
Right, and you know that play should be automatic. You know, bunt through and throw behind him. But you know the shortstop, I think he was trying to cover third base. They have the second baseman and I believe the shortstop covering, so they got their own coverages. The base hit might be if they hit it to first. That'll be a hell. If he bunts it to first, that'll be some crazy. Oh, strike 2.
Gets ahead of the count.
Well, they took a little chance thinking there was going to be a fastball, you know, and the kid who hit it. But now, here we go. We have
Macias on second.
Right.
2 strikes, no balls. And Rocha with the delivery.
Get foul. Let it go foul. Let it go foul. There you go.
Just barely.
Yes, barely. I'm over here coaching the ball. It almost worked like a bunt there. You know, that's the play that I'm telling you. It's very, very difficult on a third baseman because they have to make a decision whether to come up. If they come up too hard, the runner comes back and they steal behind him. So it's a tricky little play there.
Now, I've seen you do some little trickeration right now when you've had a man on second trying to get them out.
Nah, you know what? In this situation, they did the right thing. Alexander tried to bunt the guy over. They took a little chance, you know, and maybe they have confidence in this kid. Ooh, good pitch.
Curveball outside.
Curveball outside.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Have you Rocha, do you have, you know, you've got 2 pitches that you can, I don't want to say waste, but
yeah,
you can get them to chase possibly.
Right. I don't know how fast this kid is. And, you know, he could have a little bit of speed, and from the left side, he runs a little bit better. So if he hits the ball to the left side, it's, oh, he took it.
Count even at 2-2 right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Macias on second.
Correct.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Batter taking his time. You know, the batter's really worked the count a little bit after fouling the bunt off on the first pitch.
Ooh, called strike.
Man, it's a tough job for an umpire, you know, making those calls right there. But that was a pretty good pitch down low on a fastball. How many stolen bases does this guy have, Alan Campero? I'm just curious because, you know, sometimes the little guys, they come up and they bunt and they create havoc just with their bunting.
Let's see.
Just curious how fast he is. Good pitch. Little slider on the outside.
He actually doesn't lead the team, and they actually don't. You're right. They don't.
Right,
steal
they don't
that
steal
often.
bases. So, you know, I'm just curious to see how fast they are on the bottom of the lineup. A good deal for him, you know, after that leadoff double. So he's got to bear down here.
And we've seen this team fight back, or I have. I've seen this team fight back the second half of the season because
Right.
during the middle of the season they didn't look too well, and Rocha and the team just they slowly started just to chip away at teams.
Right.
You know, never get down too far.
No, they just got to hang in there, and, you know, looks like, you know, you really have to throw the tonight. You know, sometimes umpires give you a little bit more of a
wide
corner.
berth?
Yeah, sometimes they do, especially if you're just hitting that spot. But tonight doesn't look like, for either team, it's been consistent on both sides so far in the early goings of this game.
Ball 4. With 1 out, that'll bring up number 21, the shortstop, Jerry Avila.
What great is Jerry Avila? He's our next batter up. He's number 21. He's also
a junior.
He's a junior. Okay. Got nice. He has really nice hands out there in the field. I was watching him pregame. Does a really good job at shortstop.
You got to imagine right now that Palmview's hoping for the double play right now.
Yeah, double play or ball hit right back to the pitcher or a strikeout. That'd be the best thing. Oh, he doesn't give him any corners. Not tonight.
Very tight, very
Yeah,
tight
it's a,
zone
it's
right
a
now.
tight strike zone, but it's also a fair one, I think, because he's doing that for both sides. Oh, they got him. Nice play.
Coach, I'm going to tell you this right now. I saw that exact same play last week against PSJ.
Wow. Well, that's a nice call by either the coach or the catcher or the pitcher. But that's a big out right there. Big out.
2 balls and 1 strike.
So the guy at third gets thrown out 2-5 for out number 2. So we got a 1-1 count now. Am I correct? 2 balls.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls.
2 out. And
Yeah.
bottom of the second. Laredo Alexander leading 1-0.
That guy at second could be picked off very easily. Attaboy. Good.
Foul out of bounds. So
Shh, he's can't say it on the air.
2 balls and 2 strikes. with 2
You
outs.
know.
all right, we're back here in Alice, Texas, Alice, America, where
Home of the what is it, sir? Alice Coyotes.
is it Coyotes or Coyotes? Coyotes. We got a score update. Eagle Pass is up 3-1 on Edinburgh North in the bottom of the 4th. And Kingsville King is up 4-0 on Hidalgo right now, and they're playing in Edinburgh.
They're at the Edinburgh Stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I don't
All
think
right.
anybody in Edinburgh knew that was going to happen today because I was leaving Edinburgh and everybody's like, hey, I think there's a game here tonight.
They weren't
So,
sure.
yeah, so, but right now, Alexander, it's not like Palmview's been out of this game. It's not, they haven't been overpowered. It's a, in this one game series,
It's number 6.
Yeah.
you know, Palmview doesn't look like they're being overmatched.
Correct. We have the top of the order here, so this is the second time through. Edgar grounded out to the third baseman the first inning to lead off the game, and let's see what he can do. He flew out to the second baseman on a curveball. That brings up number 2, Steve Peña, the sophomore. He bounced out to first base his last time. Grounded to the first baseman got it, pitched it over to the pitcher for the out. I think Steve did the right thing here. Just take a pitch, especially after the first guy just got up and swung. See that? There's the left fielder playing perfectly.
Foul ball. The count remains the same. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like Garcia really sees the fastball well. I'm just seeing if possibly a curveball here outside.
He drives that one to the right fielder, but it's tailing away, but great play.
Caught it right by the line. Medium right field for out number 3. So Garcia flies out to right field for the third out. And, he's throwing strikes and he's making them hit his pitches. And, I think there's going to be other opportunities for Palmview. They just got to keep battling. And, obviously they're a good ball club. They're 26-2. That means they've only lost 2 ball games the whole year. That tells you they're really
very dominating, and his fastball is superb. But right now, with the strike zone the way it is, it's kind of hard for him to.
Right. He's going to have to. Yeah, I see he's missing just a little bit. And these guys are going to be patient. Kind of what I told you earlier. I said sometimes their strategy might be take some pitches and let him get into a deeper part of the game. And he pitched a lot of baseball last weekend. And, it's a pretty quick turnaround sometimes. Yep.
Gets a called strike down the middle.
That was a curveball. Nice pitch. The third base coach looking at the head coach back before he can give some signals. They're in an advantage right now where they can even go hit and run. They can do a lot of things, especially with your number 3 hitter. So that's a possibility right here.
1 ball and 1 strike.
That was a fastball out wide.
And this team seems to gravitate around Rocha's performances. When he pitches well, they play well.
Right.
And, right now it's just, it seems like they're kind of in a little limbo.
Right. If you can just, hang in there and, get some of these guys, but it might be stealing. Hitter. So, it's a good time to take a chance, see if they throw a slider again. Yeah, see, I would have, I was thinking about running because of the slider and the ball's going to be away. Just might. I shouldn't say too much on the air, right?
Well, it's a 1-game series, so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm not up here second-guessing coaching. That's definitely what I'm not doing. I'm just thinking the baseball terms of it and just feeling out that's a foul ball to the right field line, way foul. I hope nobody gets offended with what I'm saying. Oh, Jake.
Well, I'm being educated right now, but little update right now from Eagle Pass. Eagle Pass, the score 7-1 over Edinburgh North. So looks like that pitching that you were talking about is really taking effect over there. Because
they're a good little ball club, man. We really had to concentrate for 2 games, and our kids did a tremendous job. You can tell just by the scores, of playing. Yeah, we were actually up 2-1 in the last game, but those things happen, and I'm really proud of my kids. Swing and miss. I'm not sure it was a hit and run, but it's Chipper Garcia stole second. So now, I think right here he goes back to the. He's got 2 outs. Rudy's just having a hard time with picking up his slider. So, Chris has to be very, very careful. Actually, he doubled down the right field line, right?
Right
It was,
field.
it was a right field line. Thinking the wrong thing. I think they have now the first baseman, back far enough where, he's able to make a play, I should say. But like I was saying earlier, I hope I'm not offending anyone. I'm not second guessing any coach here, because both coaches, Coach Garcia and Coach Garcia, both Garcias, are excellent coaches, and they got they have very, very good programs. I'm just out here as an analyst and trying to see, trying to inform the viewers what possibly could happen. It may not necessarily happen, but trying to see what they might be thinking about.
Yep.
Oh shoot, missed one. Yeah, he's got to be careful right here. He can walk him. Good pitch.
Ball strike, 2 balls and 1 strike.
So, do you come back with a slider on this one? I mean, there's a runner on second,
I
but
think he hit a slider or something down the right field line. It wasn't a fastball down inside. So, I don't know what the scouting report is on this kid. Maybe he pulls the ball. Maybe you're throwing outside. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. It's a foul ball.
foul ball tails away out of bounds on the left side. And Rocha, I'm not saying Rocha's hitting his spots now, but he's coming a little bit more. He's getting a little bit more Greg Maddux-like with his pitches. He's trying to hit the spots.
I think if he shakes off a little bit, this pitch, he could throw a fastball right by him. But it's very dangerous to throw a slider or something slow where he can get his bat through there. Maybe make him hit your best pitch, and that's it.
That was a fastball right down the middle. Right?
Yeah, I think it was a curveball.
Was it a curveball?
Yeah, it was a little slider or something.
But high and outside.
Yeah, it's a little high and outside. He's trying to backdoor the pitch. It's dangerous because you speed up his swing,
And, like you said, Alexander doesn't look like they're really trying to go after steals. The second baseman is not really getting that far off of second.
No, not here. I think last inning there was a batter that was way off and stuff. They're trying to.
Looks like Rocha's going to change the balls.
I think the baseballs are brand new. The home team brings them out. So sometimes some of the strategy is bring out the new balls when we're batting and bring out the old balls when they're batting.
And it looks like they want to throw some more balls in.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring out brand new baseballs, and that's a strategy that some coaches use. They bring out. You can see them, and the reason they want the new baseballs, they can see them better. They're brand new and they're white, and they glow.
You can see the seams.
Yes, sir. There's little things behind the scenes that sometimes. I don't think Chris needs to give in this situation, especially to a number 5 hitter. You just be careful, throw him the pitch that you want to pitch and see if he can hit that one, because you've got another hitter that you struck out the second inning.
Oh,
it hit him.
no.
That's the best thing that happened. It hit him. That's okay. It hit him.
Oh, and
yeah, it hit him. It's a dead ball. Hit by pitch.
he was doing so well. Yeah, full count.
Yeah, but at the same token,
it really doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I think you go after this guy, the DH. He K'd last time, and let's see if we can get this guy. I think Mancias is a very, very dangerous hitter. Looked like he was swinging the bat well. And I'm not taking anything away from this kid, Damian Rodriguez, the DH tonight. But last inning,
yeah, Mancias has speed too.
Right. So he batted in the second, and he got caught looking on a curveball. It was a curveball or a slider that he didn't even swing. So I think that center fielder's kind of deep to, for this kid. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Good pitch.
Ball 1.
Ball's a little low. Got 1 ball, no strikes. We have 2 men on, runner on first and second. We have 2 outs, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd.
As a coach, when do you get concerned with realistically, you got runners on first and second. You got a good pitcher. You're only down 1 run.
You're concerned all the time. It doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't
you know,
matter on the
coaches,
batter
nah,
who it is.
it's, you know, every kid can hit nowadays. You know, they play so much ball, you know, year-round ball, and they've been playing since they were. That was a good cutter on the inside. They play so much ball that any kid's capable. You know, I remember playing PSJ Memorial, and the number 9 hitter Jeremiah Galindo comes up as a freshman and hits a ball off the center field wall, and I'm like, holy God. You know, so every kid's capable. They play so much ball. You know, shortstop.
Man.
See, so sometimes,
beautiful.
yeah, sometimes, you know, you walk a kid and you don't give in to a kid. Like in that situation, you know, I know people thought, well, this is the wrong thing, you know, walk or whatever. But sometimes a walks in a situation can actually help you, especially when that kid's not really seeing the ball off of you real well. And there's been 2 guys, Rudy Guyona and Damon Rodriguez, that have both struck out twice, you know, in key situations, because sometimes certain pitchers you don't see real well, and sometimes certain pitchers you really see well. But anyway, we're headed to the 4th inning with the score remaining the same. Alexander 1 and Palmview 0.
The sun shines bright as it moves across my face. I feel the light and everything is in its place. I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me, and life is good the way it should.
All right, we're back in Alice, and the top of the 4th is about to start. Palmview's up, and Chris Rocha's up to the plate.
Leading off is number 7, Chris Rocha.
So Rocha, you know, closed that inning pretty well, Coach. And does it always equate though? You're pitching well. Do you see, as a batter, do you see the ball well?
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true, but I think he feels like he can. Oh, nice play by the kid.
Slow roller to third. Yeah. Easy throw to first, and Rocha's out.
Yeah, Rocha grounded out on a curveball. You know, he's just getting ahead of the kids, and you know, letting his fielders make plays. He hasn't struck out but 1 batter through 3 innings, 3 1/3. You know, and it's hard for these kids to make an adjustment because he's throwing so many strikes. You know. Sometimes as a coach, you when this happens, you might call timeout. You know, and just I tend to do that also. Just come up and talk to the batter because he's in rhythm right now. So you try to break his rhythm, you know, and just talk to the batter and see if that works. You try anything to throw him off, especially he's just getting the ball and throwing strikes.
And Palmview really hasn't been taking him that deep in the count.
No, because he's been ahead.
Away. Yeah.
Right. You know.
You have to bear with us, folks. The internet's not the greatest right now here at Alice America.
It's not showing right.
We're going up and down right now. So,
okay.
So we're there, and
nice shot.
Nice line right up the middle, right past the pitcher. And Palmview gets their second hit and.
Right, it's their second hit
in 4 innings. So.
Right, but that's the second time he's hit the ball well. Now we have a courtesy runner. Let's see who the courtesy runner is. It looks like number. I can't tell who it is. It looks like number 4.
Yeah, it looks like
Emmanuel Chapa. We have runner on first, 1 out. And this guy walked last time, Ezequiel. He's the kid that's right on top of the plate. You know, it's one of those deals that, you know, all it takes is for this pitcher to lose it a little bit inside, and we have a runner on first and second, you know.
Ball a little low in the ground.
Ball one.
And Ezekiel is up in the count 1-0, which is a good thing for him because Palmview's been behind in the count pretty much the entire night. And Huaracha is he's looking for his pitch. He didn't bat at all against PSG in the last game.
Go.
Pass ball.
There you go.
And don't get to second. It took a while there.
Well, what happens sometimes is the kids, they need to learn to shuffle, as the pitch is being thrown, so that in case that happens, you're gone. And the kid's just standing still. And it's difficult on a pinch runner. Those kids are probably not real experienced. They might have some speed, and it's a scary thought to put them in there over a kid that has experience, But, I really like the way this kid stands up there.
Huaracha?
He stands up there really, really well at the plate, and let's see if he gets a hold of one. He's
now, do you want to bunt with him right now?
No, you don't want to bunt with him. You want to do that. Get that boy.
He's dancing around with the ball, and we've got runners at the corner.
All right, so Huaracha gets a C9 hit up the middle. Base hit. So now Chapa is at third, and Huaracha is at first with 1 out, and this is their second time being in this situation. That brings up the DH, excuse me, guys. The DH, number 21, Ernesto Garza. What are you? He got a base hit last time?
I believe so, yeah.
Ball one low.
Yeah, that's right. He did have that double right down the third base line the last time up.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Advanced the runners, and it just stale from got stale from there, and they weren't able to score.
I think Coach Leal's age is shown.
Behind home plate.
2 balls, 1 strike. Palmview can just put the ball in. There you go. Put the ball in play and keep it away from the middle of the infield and see if we can tag up and scratch a run. That's the name of this game.
2 balls.
I think he sees the fastball really, really well. I feel like this guy's going to throw him the slider or the curveball right here, and he's got to hang in there, and you have to see what you can scratch out. Ooh, man, excellent pitch by the pitcher. He threw a fastball down low, pretty close to the strike zone. Put something on it too. It's one of the harder pitches he threw all night. Now we got 3-2. The pitcher's checking the runner because maybe he's thinking he's stealing on the pitch. Dangerous situation also. If you send a runner and it's a strike him out, throw him out, and then the end of the inning. So, but I think he's going to send it. No, he didn't. Yeah. Well, Ernesto Garza strikes out. That brings up number 1, Eddie Hinojosa, the left fielder. Eddie grounded to third base. Last at bat. Another key situation. I think what's going on right here, the coach is coming to talk, and these situations come up. They got first and third. I'm sure Palmview has a play, in case they do get 2 strikes on this hitter, and they're discussing, okay, what are we going to do with the ball, whether it's a straight steal or a steal and stop, getting a rundown type of situation. So I'm sure that's all they're talking about, and whatever their beliefs are and whatever they're doing, I think that's what that boils down to.
Now, if you're Palmview, do you want to steal?
Well, you can. That's a strategy. The thing that you think about a lot is the first baseman's holding the runner on. So now your field is opened up over here on this side. You know what I'm saying? And
so you could drive it to the right field.
yeah, sometimes you can do that. There's different plays you can put on. You know, you can do straight steal and stop. You know, see they throw through. But I imagine they won't do that.
Delivery, a check swing strike.
Good pitch. I don't think they'll throw through. I think they're going to make them earn their runs. That's what I personally think. I also think that by having the runner there's some people that don't like it, but I like it opening up the field, especially on a number 8 hitter, you know.
You know, against PSJ, the bottom half of the lineup was actually the ones that did a lot of the damage.
Right.
And so, you know, you don't necessarily put your I don't say worst hitters, but your
yeah, they're good kids. You know, they can battle. You know, you just have to believe in them, and they have to put the ball in play. That's the number one thing.
The delivery and a chopper out to the Laredo Alexander dugout, and he's ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Big situation, big. It's not the end of the game, but you know they've had 2 opportunities very similar. They had a runner on second and third, 1 out, and didn't score, and now they have a runner on first and third, 1 out.
And a pop fly back.
And we also have the train coming for his second arrival.
Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't mess with our internet. Yeah, for those of you listening at home, we are only as good as our internet. So from time to time you may see it buffering. The game is being saved live online, also on YouTube. So our partner is YouTube. But right now you'll hear the train coming through.
Yeah, the wind hasn't died at all.
No, it hasn't.
It's
still blowing left to right.
Right, it's still left to right, and you know those outfielders are pretty doggone deep for.
They are.
You know, I don't know. I mean,
I don't see the ball carrying as far as.
It's going to be pretty tough. Now the left fielder's pretty shallow, which you know that's. Oh.
And another one that went just down the third base line.
Yeah, it was about 5 feet foul on a curveball that he hung. So,
but you know they're starting to, they're starting to find a rhythm against it.
Yeah, the thing about it is that he's going to throw the fastball here. He's going to throw the fastball here. He's going to throw it hard, hard and away.
And here he comes with the delivery, fastball right down the middle, strikeout.
Oh,
and he's
dug it out.
Just barely out. A low throw by the catcher to the first baseman, and he bobbled it and was able to regroup before.
Well, unfortunately for Palmview, they had runners on first and third with 1 out, and both hitters struck out. But they're still in the game, and so there's still 3 innings to go, 3.5 innings to go. Chris Rocha's got to keep battling up there, and all it takes is 1 hit.
Yeah, and they haven't looked bad. It's they haven't got their bats on the ball enough.
Right.
And Alexander has been working the count against Rocha tonight.
Right. And I think the key to it is that pitcher is just, when he gets runners on base, he seems like he gets a little tougher,
Yeah, because he's been able, with runners at second and third, he's able to get a liner to third baseman to get the second out of that inning.
Right.
So, and it's a chilly evening here. It's not one of our normal valley warm nights here.
Oh, it's beautiful out here.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was out in the football field with our kids, and I really enjoyed. We have spring ball, and it's just the weather's beautiful, and you can't beat the weather. You got to enjoy a day out. Tomorrow is a good day for you guys to either go to the ballpark or just hang out with family. Enjoy it, because we don't always have these kind of days, and just have a good time.
As far as pitchers go, where do you put Rocha? The pitchers, because you've seen a lot of pitchers over your time as a head coach. Where do you put him at, as far as talent-wise?
You know what? It's really difficult from up here to see how fast and how much movement his ball has. But obviously he has a lot of potential. you're looking at a kid that's what 17, 18 years of age, you know, and he's lanky. You know, he's gonna get stronger. You think about him in 4 years. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You know, you want kids to succeed, and Chris is gonna be one of those kids that's gonna be successful in the next level. You know, he's gonna get better. They're gonna practice a lot longer. You know, well, we have a lot of limitations in high school. And it's not the coaching. Everybody thinks it's the coaching. It's just it's the limitations you have. You know? And these kids get a lot better with 5 and 6 hour practices. You know, and the number one goal for him, you know, obviously is for him to get an education. You know.
And first pitch of the bottom of the fourth is a dribbler to right field.
Right. Did he bat left-handed last time? I think he was hitting left-handed. The previous time, that was the pitcher, Alan Campero. I think he switched over and hit on the right side, which is impressive.
And they'll have number.
It looks 15. I can't tell.
5 or 15, something like.
Aldo Buendia.
That'll bring up number 11, the right fielder.
Well,
these numbers
I guarantee
are real hard
you
to see.
this is going to be a bunt. You know, that third baseman needs to come in now because it's going to be a bunt.
He's staying back.
No, he's going to.
Oh, here he
bunt.
comes.
Yeah, there you go. Strike. He kept his bat there.
Oh, he's calling a ball.
Wow. You need to ask. Oh, yeah. There you go.
And coach is coming out to.
I think what happened. Yeah, I think what happened there was the umpire was blocked when the catcher stood up. So, you know.
No balls in one strike.
The main thing, the good thing is they got it correct, you know.
They're calling a strike.
Yeah, it's a strike. You know, the first base umpire, they appealed it. I think what happened was the blue Victor, when the pitch was a little high, so he stood up and he didn't see the pitch.
And now he's going to have to swing away.
Right.
Now, have you ever bunted
Yeah,
on a situation like this?
See, some people will bunt with this situation. It's a big situation, especially in the bottom of the order. You know, you're trying to move runners over to get to, and then when you're really lucky, you miss the bunts, and then the guy gets a base hit. You know, you know what I'm saying? But
so do you put him in a hit and run situation?
no, they're not gonna hit and run. Throw my slider.
A little
outside.
pitch out right there.
Yeah, just.
No ball in 2 strikes.
You know, Rocha really hasn't thrown that any pickoffs, has he?
No, they don't throw the bases, and sometimes you don't maybe not want to, especially with him on the mound. You know, let them defeat you with the hits instead of you throwing the ball away. Oh,
Rocha with a nice pitch right down the middle, strikeout.
Good curveball. I'll tell you what, this guy's definitely going to bunt, or they're going to hit and run.
Jerry Avila.
Who does this kind of score favor? Because, you know,
Man,
Palmview's been used to these kind of games. They've won 2-0, 4-2.
I don't know. I mean, you got a team that's 26-2. They've come through several times, so you got to be real careful. I think they have to put something on. They're going to bunt or hit and run or something. Good pitch.
Strike right down the middle.
Yeah, it's a little curveball.
One strike, no balls, 1 out, and a runner at first. Campero with the little dribbler to right field for the first hit of the evening.
Right.
First hit of the inning.
Right. And Avila got a base hit last time at bat.
And he's showing bunt.
Yeah, it could be a slash. There it is. Yep, there it is.
And a beautiful play. Oh, and the right fielder bobbles the ball.
Knock it down. Yeah, a lot of times a curveball right there would have been a good pitch. I mean, you're second guessing because, see, he threw him a curveball, and then this guy's anticipating a fastball. So he, showed bunt. When he shows bunt that early, it's a slash. But very well executed by Alexander. So they got a base hit, and now they have a runner at first and third.
Number 18, Gabe Sanchez.
And what looked like a very promising inning for Rocha, it's now become scary now because you got runners at corner, and
probably a very good bunter here. So
yeah.
it's a lot of pressure. and that kid can run, so they might steal a base too.
Curveball outside. Roach has been able to get out of a couple of these situations, but they've been able to.
Yeah, I mean, you get in too many situations, it's going to be tough.
And Alexander's got 2 hits in the inning against him, and wow, they almost go opposite field right down the line.
Right, about 4 feet foul. Almost hit our coach and our umpire.
But you're not going to get a better night than this for baseball.
No, it's beautiful out here. We're inside, but we're actually in air conditioning here with the Alice Coyotes over here.
Coyotes.
The Coyotes. Well, I remember them playing football, hiding the footballs everywhere back in the 80s.
Roaches with the delivery.
Good.
High pop up to the shortstop.
Hold the ball. Excellent.
And Rocha gets what he needed. He needed
he needed an out there. He threw a slider and got this kid to fly out to the shortstop. They had the runner from first stealing. I don't know. I don't think it was a hit and run. I think it was just a straight steal. That brings to the plate Chipper Garcia, and Chipper Garcia has been on base 2 times, reached second base both times. He's gotten on an error to left field, a base on ball, and he has a stolen base. So he's had a good night. Dangerous little hitter. It's the same situation from last inning, with first and third, 2 outs, and there's a lot of plays they can put on, and you've got to be prepared for what they may do and not give them a run by just throwing the ball around. Oh, good pitch. Nice pitch by Chris.
Strike.
Strike 1.
Runners at the corner right now.
Yeah, there could be something on right now. I mean, it could be a straight steal, but like I told you last inning, I think these teams, what they try to do is make the other team earn it, because if you throw through and the kid stops and this guy scores behind him, it's a lot. Or you throw it through, and I'm anticipating a pump, fake, and then go, things like that. But let's see what happens. The second baseman and shortstop are so far apart, that. Oh, yeah, that's what happens in high school ball. It's real dangerous to throw the ball. He almost threw the ball to right field. These games change in a heartbeat. I don't see that them throwing the ball to second base. The shortstop is pretty far away, and the second baseman to cut it off, I don't see that play on right now. So I think they're not even going to throw it through. That's just my guess.
Rocha, the delivery right to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to go to second baseman for the out and for the force out. And Rocha escapes another inning.
Yep.
After 4 complete innings, ladies and gentlemen, we have the La Jolla Palmview Lobos.
Let me see how many.
0. Laredo Alexander Bulldogs 1.
The Palmview Lobos have been able to escape a couple of these innings where they've had 2 runners on with 1 out.
Please come by and support
And
the Athletic Booster Club.
Rocha's got a pop up in that inning and a nice little dribbler to the shortstop for the out at second.
He continues to battle, man. He continues to battle. I'm trying to get all the line score here totaled up so I can see how many strikeouts and Ks and everything else he has. 2 hits.
Yeah. We're moving to the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Chris, through 4 innings, has 7 strikeouts. Left a few people on base. He's given up 3 hits.
And
That's
2
what I
hits,
see up there,
right?
They say
Excuse me.
5. Might be 5 hits.
Yeah. They've got a couple hit batters too.
Yeah.
But
so, he's not been on his A game, but when he has to make a pitch, he's made a pitch. he's kept these Lobos in the game. And we're going to start off with number 3, Carlos Puente, the center fielder. He K'd last time. He kind of looked bad on the curveball, so I'm anticipating them going back to the curveball. Let's see what they do, you know. Coaches have good memories, and they have good clipboards over there. So.
Fastball right down the middle. Back to the third baseman is going to be out at first. Third baseman and the first baseman haven't really been connected. It's been real low on each throw. But first pitch swing again. So not really giving himself a chance to see any pitches.
No, they haven't seen any pitches. But a lot of times when they're really good pitchers, which he is, you get to this level and you can't give a take sign. You know, you give a take sign, you're at their mercy. You know. I remember facing the kids from Moody back in 2006, and you know, you learn a lot from facing them. And you know, I had seen them play for many years, but a lot of times, you know, you take 2-0, 3-0, they'll come back and strike you out. You know, some of those kids, I think a couple of those kids went to Oklahoma that we faced that night, and you learn that, you know what, when you face a top-notch pitcher, you cannot take, and he's one of those kids right here.
2 balls and 1 strike.
There, Edgar Salinas, the leadoff man, he is 0 for 2. Oh, that could be big. He got hit by a pitch. He hustles to first.
And it's a common situation we've seen tonight because they've had runners on with 1 out, been able to get 2 guys on. You know, we've had it where they've had guys on in second and third, first and third, and Palmview just really hasn't been able to get that one hit that they needed to drive them in.
Just putting the ball in play, you know. But let's see what happens here. We have Steve Peña, the sophomore. He has gone 3-1 and F7. He flew out to left field last time at bat. He's their number 2 hitter. Never know. He'd be laying it down. Third baseman thinks so, and he's up. You know, once again, you know, by moving that guy up, he opens up your field. So
fastball right down the middle.
And they call it a ball.
And it's a ball.
How do you like that?
Must have been real low.
You like apples?
Yeah. Yeah. This umpiring crew is from. There's 2 from the Valley and 2 from the Laredo side.
Right, it's a split crew, and it's always nice to reward the umpires that have called some of your games, and you know, they all do an outstanding job. There's not one guy that does things on purpose to mess up a player. You know, they're out there trying to do the best they can. They do make mistakes, but so do the coaches, and so do us coaches, and so do the players, and you just got to learn to overcome those things. And very, very few. I don't know if any umpire does things on purpose.
Showing bunt, and like you said, they showed it early. They're going to go with the slash.
Right. It's pretty much a given. It looked like a ball. You know, sometimes you give them a slash, and they think it's an automatic swing.
They got to do it.
It's very difficult, you know, to do that slash.
Counts 2-2 right now.
Unless you're a girl softball.
It counts 2-2 right now. Campero with the throw to first, safe. But
you know, he has a real high kick, and they haven't tried to run on the guy, right? It looks like we have a lot of time for him to just take off.
Tough pitch to catch up with on that fastball right there. He gets a strikeout, 2 outs in the inning, and
you know, some guys will time the pitcher going home, and he takes quite a while to throw home. So, you know, you've got a decent chance. I don't know how fast Edgar Salinas is, but he's got to be pretty quick if he's the leadoff man, you know. God.
It is a pretty high leg kick, isn't it?
Yes, I noticed it a few innings ago, you know. But, you know, everybody has a different deal, and they may not be stealing. I don't know how many steals this kid has for Palmview. You may want to check, but I think he's going to go here.
Fastball high, right up the middle, and the count's 1-1.
And, you know, if this kid gets a hit, then everybody's, you know.
Yeah.
It's easy to second guess. Coach Garcia does a fine job. He knows what he's doing, and he knows what he wants, and he knows what he wants his players to do, and they're behind him 110%. Pretty good pitch by, excuse me, Alan Campero. Really, really good, nice pitch. Didn't get the call there, but he's done a nice job all game.
2 balls, 1 strike, and Campero's he's had a solid game. Fastball right down the middle, a little bit outside.
Yeah. So it's 3-1.
Now, is this your pitch? Is this the pitch that you need right now?
Well, as far as the pitcher, you say?
No, as far as the hitter, is this what you go? Because you're at a 3-1 count right
And
now.
you might want to let him go 3-2, and that's what looks like what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Because Palmview's come, you know, they've taken, they've tried to hit the ball early in the
Right.
early in the count. So right now he's at 3-1, runner at first. Fastball right down the middle, and strike. I think he knew it was a strike too, because he was going to try to walk the first and paints the.
That was a close pitch, you know.
Paints the right side of the plate.
First baseman doing a good job moving behind the runner, because you know he knows he's going, so he's not opening up the field.
And he's going. Looks like we had a hit and run on that.
Well, it's 3-2, 2
So
out, so they're running, you know. And he threw a good pitch there, you know, tough pitch to handle. The runner?
It's Edgar Salinas, sorry. I got his stats. He's got 8 stolen bases on 8 attempts, so he can steal. So he's going right up the middle, right back to the pitcher. And Campero's going to take it all himself and escapes the inning again.
That's what I told you earlier. You know, when you got a pitcher that's really, really confident, he just threw a 3-2 curveball, you know, and threw the hitter off completely and had him ground right back to him. 1 unassisted for out number 3. So that ends the inning. I mean, that ends the top of the 5th. So score remains the same, 1-0 Laredo Alexander. We have any other scores?
Well, last check, it didn't look like Edinburgh North was faring too well against Eagle Pass. And you told me Eagle Pass had a number of pitchers. You said, and we found out that one of their pitchers is actually injured.
Right. I heard earlier, I'm not sure, you know, that Chris Bettis, their starting pitcher from last week and the week before, got hurt, and I hope he didn't get hurt. We don't want kids to get hurt, and I heard he broke his leg. And I don't know how it happened, but that's what I heard, and I think there's some truth to it. You know, hopefully that's not the truth, and he's pitching tonight for Eagle Pass.
Well, a couple scoring updates. Edinburgh North is down 7-1 to Eagle Pass.
What inning?
Last check, it was 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. 7-1 now is the update. Let me find it. And Hidalgo has fallen to not Corpus Christi King, but Kingsville King 4-0. King leads the series 1-0. They'll have game 2 tomorrow at noon at Edinburgh High School. So right now, you know, Palmview is in a very good spot. I mean, they're only down 1 run. They've had chances. And you know, I think the more they see Campero, don't you think they're going to find something.
The thing about him is that every time you get a runner on base, he seems to get tougher. You know, he pitches through those tough situations. But the same thing Chris has done, you know. Both pitchers have done a good job. Excellent job tonight. And, the unfortunate part is that one team's going to come out a winner and one's going to come out a loser. And but both teams are playing very, very hard, and both teams are well coached.
Not to make this a stat-driven inning, but Alexander has put most of their runs throughout the season together in the 5th inning. They put at least 1.8 runs up per inning.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest inning they've had. It's actually, I want to say thank you to my friend CW. It's 10-1 in the 6th inning. So
They're at
they're at Eagle Pass
Eagle
versus
Pass.
Edinburgh North.
Yeah,
The
they're
Eagle
playing
Pass is
Laredo.
up. So yeah, they're playing at Veterans. But it's 10-1 right now. Thank you to my buddy CW.
So we have up to bat the third hole hitter, Felipe Rodriguez. He's lined to second base, and he's K'd tonight. So he's going to start the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th, against Chris Rocha.
Pop up to right.
Yeah,
fail.
anything hit to the right field, down
The
the right
wind's
field line.
carrying it.
Correct. The wind is still blowing, and like my friends over here to my right says, the wind's not going to die. In the valley, by 8:30, 9 o'clock, the wind's dead, and it's a different ball game. I keep an eye on the weather all the time because
Is that when you make? Is that when you do your damage?
well, it affects how you're gonna pitch and where you want to pitch. Sometimes, you know, where you want them to hit the ball, because you can't strike out all these kids. You know, they're all good hitters. So sometimes we do that. You know, I'm sure other coaches do the same thing. No different.
Rocha in the windup, the delivery, and
Excellent pitch.
strike right down the middle.
Curveball.
Ball strike 2.
We really can't feel the intensity
No.
of the game up here. We're in a booth, but I'm sure. Back up,
That's
back
a
up,
shot
back
to
up.
center field. It looked like the ball was going to carry, and then
Right.
it just kind of died.
Yeah. Hit the ball hard. That's probably the hardest ball hit tonight against Chris Rocha.
That'll bring up the center fielder, number 14.
Yeah, you know, for the most part, most of the hits that have been against him have been little dribblers that
Right.
have kind of gotten through the shortstop or the second baseman, and
Right. Going back to the fans,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure it's tense. You can see the parents right against the fence on Laredo side, and then you see on this side you have Palmview's fans. You know, but we just don't feel it up here. But I know it's tense. You know, when it's a 1-0 game, and you know,
you'd probably like to be in the dugout right now, wouldn't you,
oh,
calling
yeah.
this? Delivery a little bit outside.
Any,
ball one.
I think any coach would be. You know, it's a special thing to be in this round and to have your kids perform, and both teams are performing at a high level right now, and it's a neat thing, and it's a lot of fun. The competition is a lot of fun. My kids last week when we lost, you know, they even told me after the game, Coach, we had fun playing, because they knew they played good games, and you know.
And you had a real late game.
Yeah, we started one game at 10:45, I believe. There in San Antonio, we had a lot of rain, and then they found a field, and we played real late. I think we got home at 2 o'clock in the morning. But
Rocha with the high leg kick. Oh my, that curveball.
yeah, it's a curveball. The batter looks back at him to see if he was throwing at him, but
It just looked like he lost it right there at the end.
right. And Rudy's struck out 2 times in a row on sliders, so he's trying to get to a strike 2 count so he can throw him that slider again. But it may be easier said than done sometimes when you have the number 4 hitter up there.
Looks like they're giving him another new ball probably.
Yeah, let's bring out the new one so we can see it. No, I'm pretty sure they're not doing anything on purpose. You know, people. You know, we're dealing with young high school students, and we're teaching them the right thing to do. You know, we're not out here trying to teach them different things.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Rocha with a windup on that fastball.
Well,
And
we're
it
at-
was a ball.
Yeah, we're at 31. 3 balls, 1 strike. Very, very dangerous pitch here because this is their most capable hitter. I mean, this has been their best hitter, and he's gonna swing. If it's
Would you
3-1
set him up
oh,
with
yeah.
the curveball, or would you go
Well,
fast?
I mean, you know, it's hard. it's oh, good pitch. He threw him a hard fastball on the outside part of the plate.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, and the kid did a good job. You know, the hitter, Rudy Gorena, he did a good job because it wasn't his pitch. 3-1, you got to swing at your pitch. You know, the pitcher from from Alexander. I always forget his name, but I'll get him right now.
From Alexander Campero?
Campero. He throws 3-2 curveballs, so let's see.
That one, he jammed him right there with
a
a fastball.
Yeah. See, Chris, if you would throw him a slider anywhere near the plate, he's going to strike out. But, you know, it's a gamble, too. You know what I'm saying? And this kid, Campero, has had numerous times where he had 3-2 counts, and he's thrown off-speed pitches, you know. And I mentioned that kid from Alice a few innings ago that he did the same thing. You know, those are really good pitchers. They can control all their pitches and throw them at any time.
Full count for Rocha right now with his delivery right down the middle, strikeout. It looked like he was jamming them both the last 2 times, trying to come in tight on him.
Yeah, he just tied him up completely with a fastball. You know, I don't even know if it was a strike.
Was he hoping for just a little pop up, if anything?
No, I think he was guessing a curveball. You know, once that ball is just tied up. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, but you know, he's carried the team. He just doesn't see the ball well off of Chris.
Rocha's got another K through the.
It brings up Sergio Mancias, number 16.
And Mancias.
He's doubled and he's been hit by a pitch. So you know, right here in this.
He's got speed too.
Yeah, he's got some speed. So good pitch. Good little curveball. Right here in this situation, you want your outfielders deep so that.
Everything's in front of them.
Right, so that they won't be a double and then another base hit. You know, make them get 2 or 3 hits before they score off of Rocha. He's tough. You know, if you have to get 2 or 3 hits off of him in an inning in a row. Oh, good pitch.
Looks like calling for the.
Oh, well, the umpire didn't give it to him, but it looked like he swung. But the umpire is correct. He made the call. It looked like he swung through that pitch. It was an excellent pitch by Chris.
Third base ump said no.
No, he said no. So you know, you just gotta go with it. Sometimes it's easier from over here.
Now, how hot is Rocha after that call?
No, he's all right.
Little bleeder back to the second baseman. Oh.
Dead ball. That's a killer.
Second baseman.
Oh.
Thought he was gonna get it. Just insult to injury, threw it out of play.
What we had there was an E4, 2 E4s actually.
Yeah,
because
on the catch. He should have had the catch.
I think he thought that the ball was hit a little harder than it was. You know, he had plenty of time to get.
And it didn't carry. And Mancias is now on second base like he was before.
Because of the error. And that's what we're talking about. You know, those little things kill you sometimes, but. You know, here goes Chris. You know, he's going to have to battle through it. Looks like they brought up a pinch hitter, number 10, Alex Ortiz. Do you have any stats on him?
Let me effort to see that. Trying to preserve our internet so everything else is off.
Oh, I see.
Taking everything offline.
No, that's fine.
So let me see.
We're just trying to see.
Alex Ortiz?
Yep.
Well, as far as
no hitting?
No hitting. I got it. As far as win-loss, he's 1,000.
Oh, man. Good swing.
Foul back.
Looks like he really likes to see that fastball, right? His hands came out pretty quick there. See what he does on the slider here. We have 2 outs. Runner at second base, Sergio Mancias. And Mancias has scored the only run tonight, you know, so.
Off his double.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, that's what he's got to throw him. He has to throw him that slider and let him hit that slider. If he hits the slider, he hits the slider. But that fastball, he looks like his hands are really, really quick, this kid's.
So count.
I guessed wrong last, against Eagle Pass, and the guy lines it. So,
Yeah.
But it's fun to call a bunch of pitches. You call over 100 and something pitches, and you guess wrong once or twice.
That's it.
And it makes a difference, especially when the teams are so tight. But it's competition. And it's fun. This is the same situation. I wish he could bounce a ball to him right here. A curveball or something in the dirt. And see if he'll swing through it. Because this kid seems like he's a very dangerous hitter. He actually took a good cut at that slider. He might want to go further away. if he's going to do that. Just to not let him make contact with it. Don't give him a chance, and then maybe come back inside. I don't know. Shortstop. Oh.
Rocha with a wind-up 2-2 delivery.
Oh, good pitch. And that's what he did.
Catches him. Maybe he just caught him staring at that one.
Yeah, it was a good pitch on the outside part of the plate. So
he had 2 Ks in the inning. So
yep. You know, he's through 5 innings. We have top of the 6th, and you know, Chris leads it off. So let's see. You know, he's pitched a really good game, and see if he can help his own cause here in the top of the 6th.
You know, something to be said about the way he's kind of come on the last couple innings, because, you know, he's, you know, a lot of guys with this, you know, with 2 on, 1 out, would have folded, and he's battled through both those innings. And the last inning, you know, he had it, and, you know, 2 errors.
And what people don't understand is if you look at their averages, Laredo Alexander averages, you know, they batted 344 as a team. You know, so they
354. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic, I guess, but 354 as a team, and when they batted 354 as a team, and for him to hold them to, you know, there's 6 hits and really one or 2 solid hits is impressive. You don't really understand what's happening. You know, he's done a really good job. And, you know, they don't play in a weak conference. You know, they're there with Eagle Pass and Laredo United. You know, a lot of baseball powers there. So, you know, there's a reason they're number 3 or 4 in the state. You know, they score a lot of runs and stuff, and Chris has done a great job tonight. Let's see if he can help his own cause here in the top of the 6th. So Chris Rocha leads it off. You know, right about now, you know, I think those guys from Alexander know that these guys are going to take a pitch, you know, and he did, you know. You almost have to take a pitch, you know, in the 6th inning, and it's not easy, you know. It's kind of reverse of what I said earlier, you know. Once again, he gets in front of the hitter. Excuse me. So we got no balls, 2 strikes. Alan Campero still on the mound. He's only given up 3 hits. Oh, he had a pitch to hit. The pitcher was trying to go away with it, and the ball ended up right over the middle of the plate, and Chris just missed it. I'm anticipating a curveball here. Away.
Away?
Yes, sir. Let's see. Yeah. Is that a little changeup? I couldn't tell. Pitch.
1 out. That'll bring up number 8.
It seems like the guys that are having more success are the kids that are on top of the plate, you know, battling this kid, because he just keeps pounding that strike zone on the outside, and anybody that's up tight, he's gotten close to hitting him a few times.
Yeah.
He's actually hit one guy. So here brings up Rosales. Rosales is the catcher. He's 1 for 2 in the night. He actually reached 3rd base in the 4th inning after he had singled. They're going to fall? Good.
It's going to fall right between the right fielder and the shortstop.
So Rosales is having a nice first, and we have the courtesy runner. Looks like number 6. Or what is it? Number 4, right? That brings up number 14, Ezequiel
Huaracha.
Huaracha.
It's a great name.
Good take.
Ball 1.
Huaracha is 1 for 1 with a base on ball. Got a base hit up the middle last time at bat, and walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. I just like the fact that he's on top of the plate, you know, and maybe he'll just lose a ball inside and hit him.
Oh, beautiful pitch.
Yep. Even though he slowed his motion down, he just took a lot off that pitch. He hadn't thrown that pitch in a while. That's an excellent job by the pitcher.
Guaracha digs in right now. Campero with the windup. Just a bit outside.
You know, when you throw that slow curveball for a strike, and then the next pitch he threw it fastball, and that if that ball had been down the middle, it would have been just right by him, because it, you know, it makes that fastball look so much faster. You know, and it kind of got up on him really, really quick. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down.
1 on. Wow, he's taking a lot off of it right now. And Guaracha, he's you can tell right now he's just trying to figure out what's next.
Well, I think if he throws a fastball, it'll just go right by him, or he could line it into right field, which would be nice. Oh, good eye.
Oh my. We got a full count right now.
But you know, here's this situation again, 3-2. You know, and this kid has come through every single time. You know, I'm hoping that one time.
Bad mistake, yeah.
Right. Yep, did it again.
And got him again. Changeup, right?
It's a curveball, but he just takes a lot off of it. And it strikes out.
And that pitch that was the same pitch, what, 3 times in a row?
Right.
So he just stymied Guaracha.
So now that brings up the designated hitter.
Bring up number
21. Ernesto Garza. He has, he's actually 1 for 2. Kate is last time at bat. Ooh, there it is. Get over there. All right. Here we go.
Runner advances to second, and now we've got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the 6th inning, and they've really got it. Look, this is their.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming down to cases, you know.
They've got 4 outs left.
Right. We're at number 7 hitter, so you'll get 8, 9, and 1 if you don't score. So you got to put some. Gotta have a little luck here, little lady luck. Stand up, change the.
Yeah, rally.
Oh.
Pop up right behind home plate.
Foul ball. That evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 outs. And we're in the top of the 6th.
It's been a pretty fair game. You know, you can't complain about officiating.
No.
You can't complain about the venue. It's a perfect venue, perfect night.
Right. Everything's perfect. Error.
Oh, he bobbles it, and still is able to get him at first.
Oh, that's when speed counts.
Yeah.
Ball hit the ball. Ernesto Garza hits the ball to third base. Third baseman bobbles it, kicks it, gets it, and throws him out.
It was a great strike too, and he just didn't have the speed to beat it out.
Correct. So we go to the bottom of the 6th with the score still remaining 1-0 in favor of Alexander. So we had a final at Edinburgh North. Was it 10-1?
That was in the 6th. So.
This
sporadically it does get better.
I don't know what the pictures look like back on the internet or anything, but it doesn't do it justice to this field and this facility here at Alice. Beautiful, beautiful field, really well maintained, really nice place to play a baseball game.
And you know, you go down to the valley. La Jolla would probably be one of the places that most people, if you haven't been to La Jolla, you need to go.
Right. And
it's one of the nicest facilities.
Right. Also, Roma just got a beautiful new facility there with Coach Cortinas, who does a fine job there at Roma High School.
PSJA has turf now in the infield.
PSJA now has turf in the infield, and I think by next year they'll have the whole thing artificial turf. And, you know, people are supporting baseball, and I think it's justly so.
Yeah, I mean, the sports that we see in the Valley, I mean, you know, football is king in Texas, but
right.
The sports that we excel at seem to be soccer, of course,
right,
and baseball. I mean,
right.
baseball, I mean, think about how many Division I athletes we put in.
Right.
I mean, Tres Barrera at Texas, Eric Gutierrez at Texas Tech. Eric's lighting it up in the
Eric's
12.
just a tremendous hitter, tremendous ball player. You know, I've been in the Valley for so long, and I think he's one of the top 5 hitters that I've seen personally. I told a scout I thought he was a really good hitter. He just looks at me, and I think he's put up like, I don't know, 50-something RBIs at Tech this year and 10 home runs.
Wow.
So I don't know. We could look it up, but he's definitely a ball player, just a good ball player.
And talk about a kid who was overlooked, kind of in the shadow of Tres Barrera until late in the season when they played Courtney Hawkins.
And Tres is a good ball player, too.
Yes.
Shoot. It's a lot of fun playing against kids like that. I think in 2 years ago we played against Cal Allen and Matheson. They got drafted in the 2nd round by Pittsburgh, and then we also faced Courtney Hawkins from Carroll that got drafted in the 1st round by the White Sox. So, shoot, it's a lot of fun seeing good pitch. The fans are all over the official, but I thought it was a good pitch.
Yeah.
It's just it's such a tight game that anything can change it. Campero got a base hit to right field last time.
Roger with a curve.
He got a fastball, and he hit it out, rolled it out to right field between the 1st and 2nd baseman to lead off the inning.
Rocha with the windup, the delivery. Bit high, high and away. Counts 2-1 right now, no outs.
Yeah, he's facing the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters right now, and these kids are just trying to get on base and bunt him over, and then seeing if the top of the order can come. But last time at bat he lined the ball to right field. So.
Yeah, I don't want to give away any of your secrets. Besides your 1 through 5, where do you put your next best hitters? Do you put them all over the place? Do you put them back at the bottom?
I don't tend to do that. We, just sometimes it's a feel. Sometimes everybody's different. But, if you don't, atta boy. Pops up to the shortstop.
That wind's playing some tricks.
Right.
So
Campero flies out. Pops up actually to the shortstop for out number 1. Now, if you have a deep team, you can do things like that. But most of the time, you don't have a deep team, so you're gonna try to bat your first guys as much as possible. So you're gonna put them at the top of the lineup so they can come up more often. But if you have a deep team, then there's no holes. Some of these teams have no holes. It looks like it tonight, but it's the pitching that's making it look like that.
Rocha with the fastball right down the middle.
Right. Gerardo Ramos turns on it, but, pulls it foul for strike number 1. Ramos has K'd, and he has walked. Actually walked and then K'd. So he's 0 for 2. Or what? 0 for 1, excuse me.
0 for 1.
0 for 1. Reached second base on the inning that Alexander scored, which was the 2nd inning.
Roach comes back with another fastball outside.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Way outside.
Little curveball, I think.
Was it a curve?
Yes, sir. Curveball, trying to get him.
Sorry, for me that would be my fastball. So
okay, yeah.
That's speed.
Me too.
So must be something to be able to throw 90 and then switch it up.
Threw him another little slider, and it's hard when that ball's cutting. Up here it doesn't do its justice. If we were down there, I could really see what's going on. But we're up high. I don't know if there's anybody down here with a radar gun or anything, but it's hard to see. They're really not blowing the ball past anybody.
No.
They're just moving the ball around and getting them on curveballs and sliders.
And it comes down to, he and Campero have had a little standoff tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's come down to, errors and just a couple miscues.
Yep, it was just, actually it was a leadoff double, then a K, a base hit, and then a base on ball, and then the 1 hit. That was it. It's just very, very. We have 2 outs, and that brings up number 21, Jerry Avila, who is 2 for 2. He got a single on a bunt, and there he is
and
again.
Jerry tried to bunt it right there, too.
Yeah. he got a single on a bunt, and then he got a base hit to right field. So, you know, at the number 9, you know, you were talking earlier. Sometimes they put a real fast kid at number 9 so that you have 2 fast kids. You know, some people
coming
do
around
that.
the order.
Yeah, correct.
They used to tell me to just to step into pitches. So I had a big hole in my swing. So
I played left out, so. Not even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was a curveball down low. Man, it's just not a lot of action as far as hitting, you know.
We've been basically, the camera's been able to stay right down the middle because most of the action has been between the pitchers.
Right.
Rocha with the windup. The delivery is
that's a strikeout.
Beautiful. And, but he called it a ball.
Oh, sometimes you miss him.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. Rocha's trying to finish this so they can
get back to the top of the 7th and
catches him with a strike outside.
That runs a count 2-2. Number 9 hitter.
What do you prefer? Do you like these 1-game series or?
Well, you know, it depends on what type of team you have and stuff. You know, a lot of people fight it, you know, because and some people are saying that it should be always. It should always be a 2 out of 3 so that you can find out who the best team is, and that's usually how you find out who the best team is. And they were talking about the state tournament the same way, you know, going over there and playing 2 out of 3 and see. Then you really find out who the best team is. But it you know, time constraints and everything else. But you know, those state tournaments are already in the summer, you know, and I'm sure there's good reasons why they don't do it. I don't know. I mean, you know, but.
What was that like for you? Because I mean, school was over.
Yeah, it was different. You know, very different, and I know that a lot of things go on during the summer and stuff. But throw a pitch inside. Now it loads the count 3-2. You know, it's just a fun experience, and you don't realize it. You know, you have to enjoy it while you're there. You know, I know that in 2007 we had a train going by again. I know in 2007 we got up there, and then the next year Laredo United went up there, and I spoke to the kids. I just told them to have fun, you know, enjoy the moment, and you know, just go out and believe in themselves, and you know, battle, and you know.
And you guys really battled that year with Harlingen South when you went up there.
Yeah, we
because I remember watching it on TV.
Yeah, we try to do our best, you know, and you know, I haven't seen the film.
You haven't?
No, I won't watch it. It's very difficult because when you lose a game like that, it won't let you sleep for 2 months. But you know, I put the blame all on myself. It's not the kids. You know, every loss goes to me. Well,
Rocha with the ball right there.
Jerry Avila reaches base and on a base on ball, so he's 3 for 3 is getting on base, and he's gonna run. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
He's going to run.
With 2 outs, that'll bring up number 18.
Especially when you have a left-hand hitter and you don't see the runner going. As soon as he gets a jump, he's going. You know, yeah, you're up 1-0. You know, unless he really thinks this guy can get a base hit and then another base hit. You know, let me see. Gabe Sanchez is batting, and he's 0 for 3 right now, but a very good hitter.
Not that I'm superstitious, but the last time the train came through, Alexander put a run on the board.
Holy goodness.
So.
But it's going the other way.
Yeah, it's going the other way, so who knows? But you know what? The wind looks like it's dying down just a tad.
Yeah.
It's not blowing as much as it was before.
This kid, Gabe Sanchez, is a very, very capable hitter.
Go to the delivery right up the middle.
Man, good swing. He's right on the pitch. Looks like he's looking back at the pitch. Right, the catcher. The catcher needs to set up differently because he's, excuse me, he's taking a peek in at the catcher before the pitch is thrown, and you know.
Is that frowned upon?
it's not supposed to happen. If that happened in a college game, that guy would be on the floor.
you throw it, yeah.
Well, they would do that. Now,
Yeah.
in a high school game, you're not going to hurt a kid. You know, you just don't do that. There he goes. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
the throw was there.
Yeah, the throw
it just squeaked out of the glove. He just kind of had to dive down and it just kind of squeaked out
We
at
have
the
a
end.
stolen base for Avila. And we have 2 strikes on Sanchez. Oh, my God. It was a strike.
Wow.
I had already called it a strike.
Wow.
He swung. Well, that's a big play right there. What just transpired was Jerry Avila stole second. In the process, the pitch was coming in, and the batter swung at it. And apparently the home plate umpire didn't see it, and the third base umpire may have been watching the runner. That's probably what he was doing, watching the runner. So now it gives him, holy God. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it.
Oh, look at that beautiful play. Jerry Avila
What a
stole
play.
third, came around third, trying to steal home, and beautiful play by the first baseman and the catcher right there to catch him out at home.
Wow. I was yelling at the shortstop to hold it because I was watching the runner coming. I said, he's going to score. What a play.
And Palmview escapes the bottom of the 6th with
So you give Gabe
gutsy play.
You give Gabe an infield hit, and Jerry Avila is thrown out
At home.
3-2 for the third out. Wow, what a play!
Folks, if you had a chance real quick, we'll change the angle of this real quick. We'll give you some ugliness real quick. But if you had a chance to see what Coach Leal is doing, it's hieroglyphics to somebody like me, but he's going through this. He's got all the stats for all the players. I tried to do it myself last week, but during one of our broadcasts with the PSA game, and I couldn't do it. But
well, I can't do it
it's a
during
thing
the
of
game.
well, yeah.
Well, yeah,
that's why you have
it's
assistants.
very difficult. But here right now, I'm pretty relaxed and having fun with Jake. You know, enjoying the ball game.
Does this eat at you though? Because I have this hard time with basketball. I coach basketball, but is this one of those things where it kind of eats at you that you wish you were in this situation?
Nah, you know what? I don't think that way. I think that people that won deserve to win, and that's just the way it is. You know, we hope that other people have the same success that we may have had way in the past. Actually, it's been a while. But I'm hoping a team here in the near future, like I said before, and we're very, very close. It's obviously look at this score.
Yeah, I mean, 1-0
this is the
game.
number 3 ranked team in the state, and La Jolla's giving it all they have.
Yeah.
And it's 1-0. So
And Palmview right now is down to their final 3 outs.
correct. They're bringing up number 8, 9, and 1 hitters. So let's see what happens, man. I just stood up, hoping to change the.
Complexion of the game, yeah.
And the train went the other way, so.
And if you look, I'm not going back to the PSA games, but that was a week ago. But they did most of their damage at the bottom of the order. So
Right. And he threw this guy curveballs the whole time. Now he threw him fastball.
fastball ups.
Well, I think what's happening right now is he knows that they're going to take till they get a strike.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should be said over here. But and I'm sure Coach Garcia's told him that. No, that's ball 2.
The fastball right down the middle, though, too. It was a beautiful pitch.
Well, it was high.
But
It was
think
high.
he chased it.
Yeah, he chased it. So
Fastball again, and that one was inside. It would have been a ball.
yeah, that's 3-0.
Right now.
But at the same token, you take the bat out of the kid's hand, and then he has no swing left. Yeah, he's out.
Oh man,
What a pitch.
Campero, if you can't call that better, that series better right there, because
Nah, he just rearing back and throwing.
he came back into the batter twice and then went right away.
Yeah, what grade is Campero?
He was a
Is he here?
Campero's a junior, so we'll see him next year.
Wow. Good ball player.
Carlos Puente is up for Palmview. And Campero with his he's throwing fastballs, fastballs right now.
Yeah, he's throwing hard. He's challenging the hitters, and he's excited. He's pumped up. You know.
He's 2 outs away.
Yeah, he smells it.
2 balls right now.
I think Coach Garcia just gave him the green light, so he's got the green light. Carlos Puente is 0 for 2. Ooh. 30.
Now what do you do?
Oh, you have.
You want to get on base.
You might even take 3-1.
Strike right down the middle. Is this where you might want to crowd the plate a little bit?
Well, you know, I think you take it 3-2, but you know, this kid's throwing so well.
Right up the middle to the second baseman. Second baseman over to the first for the out, and Palmview is down to their final out of the evening.
Yep. And it's their leadoff man, Edgar Salinas, the second baseman. He has gone 0 for. No, he actually got hit by a pitch last at bat. So, you know, he's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch.
And the La Jolla Palmview faithful are all hoping that Edgar can put something together here. Pitch right down the middle, strike 1. And Edgar Salinas is now down.
It's heartbreaking for whoever loses this game because it was well played and
pop up.
That should end it.
First baseman making an effort. It's tailing away, and a beautiful play by the first baseman to snag that ball. And what can you say? Laredo Alexander played a near perfect game.
Right, they played a perfect game, and you know, I don't think Palmview has anything to be ashamed of. Just one of those games, 1-0. Chris Rocha, I don't know how many, shall we say how many strikeouts? How many hits? 7?
7 hits for Alexander, and 4 for Palmview.
Yeah, let me see how many Ks.
And Rocha had a great game. I mean, he pitched
4,
well,
5, 6,
minus
7,
a couple errors, a couple hits in bad situations. He had
10 Ks.
10 strikeouts tonight.
Yeah.
So
really good game, you know. Are we off the air now?
No, we're still going right now. We'll close it off in just a second. But Laredo Alexander played a near perfect game. Palmview played just as well.
They had a couple of opportunities, maybe 3 opportunities. They had a first, second, and third, 1 out in the 3rd inning, I believe. And then about the 5th inning, they had another first and third, 1 out. And Campero just came out and stopped any kind of rally they could do.
So anytime they had 2 on.
Right.
He got tougher.
He got tougher, and he did a great job.
So, I mean.
Who does the winner play here? Good question.
Yeah, good question. I guess we'll have to. Oh, King and San Antonio Reagan.
Okay, so the winner here plays King or San Antonio Reagan. King is up 1-0 on that series, which resumes tomorrow, I believe. Where are they playing that at?
Tomorrow at
UTSA in San Antonio.
But Alexander, you know, Alexander showed some toughness, some moxie tonight.
Yeah, but I think Chris also showed some things, you know, by shutting down a team that's batting 354 for the year, and they looked like a team that wasn't batting 354, and it had to do with the pitching, you know, and Chris did a great job.
You know, it's one of those seasons I think Palmview will remember because they did nothing wrong.
No,
this was they came back from possibly being out of the playoffs to winning or having a share of the title for 35A, and then they put some work in the playoffs.
And you know what we talked about before, you got to have a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
You know, and tonight Palmview didn't have the luck. You know, you can say what you want. They had second and third, first and third. I repeat again. And it just didn't happen. They just had to put the ball in play. That Campero kid comes in and strikes out the kids, and the inning's over. You know, you got to give him credit.
Well, for Coach Tony Leal and myself, Jake Perry, this has been a 956 broadcast, and thanks for watching. It's been a great season, and hopefully we have somebody we can follow. Hope maybe Edinburgh North will come back against Eagle Pass.
There you go.
But
Pleasure.
yeah,
Thanks.
appreciate it. Thank you
guys.